It's me, Shondell, the creator of the craft print. No, you're not rewatching the live with me and my sister. I'm actually showing you this video because that shirt that I have on, that sweater, that cute little bamboo earring sweater, that's what we're going to be making today. So I'm going to show you how I made that, and you can make it too. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and let's get right on into it. Getting your SVG, that's in my Etsy shop. I'll have the link for you to purchase it. I already have the project saved. Wait, let me show you guys how to upload it first if you're not familiar. So you're on your blank and empty canvas. You're going to go right here to upload. Then you're going to go right here to upload image. Browse. And it should be in your downloads once you purchase it from my Etsy shop. You're going to select it. And because it's an SVG, you don't have to do anything to it. Let me see if I can find... I don't have it saved here. I'm just going to select any SVG so you can see the process. So when you upload it, it'll come right here. You can name it right here under image name, whatever you want it to be named. Then you're going to go to upload. And then it'll be right here. So you'll just select it and go to add to canvas. And that's how you upload your SVG into Design Space. Now, obviously, we're not using that SVG. So I'm just going to go over to my stuff where I already have that file saved. Right here. And I'm going to go to Customize. All right, so as you can see, I've already... What I do is every time I need to change an earring, I just come right back here and use the same thing. So now this is what your file looks like. Let's make it bigger so we can see it real good. Now, if you're writing a name, let's say you wanted to do Shondell, right? You're going to type it in, go to text, and we're doing the craft print. The way that I have the craft print right here, this is my logo font. So I just uploaded my logo, and I did it like that. So if you have your logo in a text font, upload it and bring it into Design Space the same way we did with the SVG. Right? So now you're going to text in the name that you want on the earring. If this is not the font, you're going to go to fonts up here, hit the drop down, and select a font that you like to use. Let's say you wanted to use that one or this one. I'm going to choose something skinny just to show you how I make it where we can use it where it's not too, thin of a font. I want to change, hold on. Right, so you're going to, Design Space is acting up this morning. Let's make it a little bigger. Now, this is not too skinny, so we can actually use it. It's not bad, right? When you put it to here, look, it's not too bad. So now you're going to go to offset. That's too big of an offset for me. You're going to come down and get as close as you can. So when you get here, sometimes when you move it, it'll go to 0. So just go in and type in. Let's see if we do 0.50. Now that's good, but if you notice, you get close here, you see they're not touching. You don't want that. So we're going to take that off. We're going to go to letter space and go down and bring these letters closer together. You can also ungroup right here, ungroup, and then move each individual letter so they're touching. Right? You want them to all touch. Highlight it, and then you're going to go to combine down at the bottom here, click on unite. So it's basically welded, but then you can unweld. Once you unite, you can, undo what you did. So we're going to go back to offset. We're going to come in as close as it allows us to 56 isn't bad either. Look at that. All right, so we're going to go to apply. See that? Now you're going to take, I don't like that. Let me put them back together. I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So you're going to go to align right here and go to center at the bottom. That just centers it where you want it. Then you're going to move them together and figure out where you want it to be. As you can see, this is too small. So we're going to make it a little larger. You want both ends of the name to touch the bamboo earring. You see that? Like that. There we go. Then you're going to take off the top layer of the name. You're going to highlight these two. Then you're going to, we could weld it. We don't need to undo, right? And there you have it. You're going to take this one. It's behind it because we just finished working on this layer. Let's just go to arrange at the top here and bring to the front. Now you're going to lay this. You got to be very careful. Make sure you get it directly in the center of the offset, right? Good. Now once you do that, you're going to highlight and then you're going to slice. So we're going to remove this and then remove the piece that we sliced. You see that? We don't need that. So this we're going to cut in gold, and then this one that lays right here, because you don't want to lay the HTV on top of another set of HTV. I heard it peels. I did it before and I was told by many people, don't do it like that. So now it lays right in the middle, right there. And that's what I did. Same thing here with the craft print. That's the one I'm using today. Look at me making it bigger, and I didn't make the other size bigger. Go back, girl. So you see, that's what I did with this. And this is only for t-shirts. If you're using acrylic, you don't want to slice out that piece. Leave it where it was full, and then have this piece as the piece that you're going to engrave if you're making this into like an acrylic cupcake topper. But then you'd have to turn it into an SVG. That's a whole nother level. But we're focusing on the shirts and HTV. So this is it. Once you're done, you're going to highlight both. And I did, I think, about 5 or 6 inches in width. Measure your shirt area to see how big you want it, right? And that's it. Make sure before you do anything, you save. Save, 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 right? So we're going to get rid of all these old ones that I worked on before. And then you're going to go to make it. Oh, look, I didn't change. Look at this. This is on print. I didn't change it to a cut. So if you look at operation up here, you see it says print and cut. We don't want that. You're going to go to cut at the top and click on basic. Right there. Save again if you've made that same mistake. I doubt it because we text at the beginning. I brought in my thing as a PNG. So go to make. And there we have cut. Now we're making shirts. So you want to make sure you mirror that image. Right here again, click on it, mirror the image. You're going to go to continue. Now for this, the white layer, I chose heat transfer, non-Cricut. And then for this one, I don't think I used the same setting because I wanted it to cut a little deeper because to me it seems a little thicker. I don't know. You can try that one. I went to, let's go back. I'm going to go back. Just click on the name so that we can browse materials. And I typed in metallic to see what was available. So they had this metallic iron-on mosaic. That's what I ended up using. Right? So we're going to send to the machine. We're going to lay them down to print. Now you're doing shiny side on the mat. So the blank dull side will be facing you when you place this on the mat. And then We're doing 340 degrees. Let me make sure I get that right, y'all. Because y'all know me. 360 degrees on your whichever press you're using for 45 seconds. So let's head over and do that. So here's the gold. Isn't it beautiful from the Tech Wrap? I also received this little package with the little tools that I could use, and I find them so cute. First, I love the iridescent bag. I guess anything a little shiny or catches my eye, and I'm in love. So it has this little like tweezer like tool, and look at the weeding pen. Isn't that the cutest? I just love it. And then your little scraper that you can use on multiple projects if you want to. Y'all don't talk about my mat. It is not a brand new mat, but it works. So remember what I said, shiny side down facing the mat and the dull side facing you. I'm a little sloppy when it comes to my little cutting, so I just, trimmed off the little ends there. You don't gotta be perfect, right? No, because I never am. But once your project comes out good, you're good to go. So I used a little scraping tool to press it down against the mat so it's flat and it doesn't raise up when it cuts. Then you're gonna just load it into your machine and we're ready to cut. And I didn't think you guys wanted to see the whole entire thing, so I just sped up this part and cut it out. And here we go. This is what you get once it cut. I cut off, like trim off the excess. If you don't want to waste, measure your pieces and put the exact amount. I just wanted to get this project done because actually when I was making it, I was like 5 minutes away from walking out the door. So I had to hurry up because my sisters were on the side screaming at me like, why am I always late? But I wasn't. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. So the weeding process is basically removing all of the material that we're not using. So you're literally just peeling off the pieces that we don't need. And I want you to be very careful. Very careful. Take your time with this, especially if you're a beginner or it's your first time making a shirt or using HTV. Now, with the word that we sliced, you want to just remove the inside pieces. That's what I'm removing here. Just the inside letters, because we're going to press the white HTV right in there. And one thing, you got to take your time when it's time to line all of that up. See, so I got all the pieces out. Just make sure you get all. Because some of them can be a little slim. If you don't want them to be so small and fine, when you do your offset, just make it a little bit thicker than what we did. But I don't like it too thick. I don't know. It's all about a preference. It's what you like. And then at the top, I have, the in there. I don't know what's peeking out the side of the video there. I don't know what that was. Anyway, I did the at the top of the craft print. Obviously, if this was like an earring or something, that floating the would not work. But because it's on a t-shirt, that's the main reason that I did it. So you got to be real careful with those tiny little pieces. And I'm sort of a messy crafter. I just threw them to the side. I just sweep up and clean up after I'm done. And that's just how it works. Then the sticker ended up coming back. I don't know what is going on here. Now, inside little pieces of the earring, that's that last little piece that was there. You want to make sure you get everything. Now, I'm using this blue t-shirt from H&M. And it was a little wrinkly because I just had it in my closet. So I just pressed the heat press down for a few seconds. So now you see I set it to 360, 45 seconds. Once it's fully heated up, the auto press. Once it's fully heated up, the auto press will give a little beep to let you know that it's ready. Also, again, when you have something a little bit wrinkly, make sure you just press a little to make it take all those wrinkles out. Now, I just eyeballed it, and this time I was actually lucky because I told y'all it's like I got a little crooked eye, and I never get it right. So, if you want to put like a sheet of butcher paper over that, you can. When I have my little plastic, I don't. I'm not a professional t-shirt maker. I just do it for myself, and it actually worked. Now, because we have two layers, I press this for about half of the time, so like 30 seconds, because it's going to press again when I put the white layer down. So with the auto press, you just hit the handle and it goes up a little bit. Of course, it's hot like fire, so I don't know what I thought I was doing there. Let it cool down for a few seconds before you come and burn your fingers up. As y'all can see, I done burned up my hand. So usually I'm not the most cautious crafter when it comes to these things. So I want you guys to be real careful. Let it cool off for a few seconds. Then you can come back and you're going to peel it off. But here's the thing, when you peel it off, keep that plastic layer because we're going to need it again to cover up the entire earring. Even though we're putting that one layer of white, you want to cover the whole thing because you don't want to press on it without any kind of protection and melt away your poor design. So right now, I just walked away. I don't know how long I took, but like I told you, I was getting ready to go out and I was getting yelled at because my sisters claim I'm always late. So we're going to maybe speed it up here and get to the point. Oh, y'all want to hear me sing a little mute? No, let me stop playing with y'all. So we're going to skip. Hold on, give me a second, and then we go right back to peeling this off. All right, finally back. Now you're going to take your time and peel it off. First of all, look at that gold. It is gorgeous. All right, so I already weeded the white layer off camera. So take your time with this step. Take your time. You want to line it up the best you can without seeing like spaces. And y'all know I told y'all my eye be a little off, a little crooked. So I had to like try a few times before I found exactly where it need to go without having, spaces in between. And what you want to do, you want to start from the beginning, lay it down. Because I found that like I had to stretch a little at the end. I don't know how to explain it, but just get it right in the center. And you see I picked up that larger piece that covered the entire earring because you don't want to press again and not cover that because the heat on top of it directly with no protection, it probably just melts your poor top. Now, the remainder seconds, I didn't do that. I just let it press for that whole 60 seconds this time. And that's partially because I was distracted. But it didn't mess up my shirt. It came out really, really cute. And I'm not going to lie, I'm obsessed with this gold. It's just so shiny and metallic and just beautiful. So I will be making more stuff. And if you do too, make sure y'all let me know because I want to see it. I'm in love with this. And see, I popped it open. There was like 5 seconds left. And look, remember to let it cool. You're seeing this here after I let it cool and then peel it off. And look at how cute this sweater came. Wow. See that? You have no excuse. And just one more time to show you guys how it looks.